Try that now. Now? Got me now? You probably have me now, but not good audio. Yes? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yes. Oh, okay, good. I don't think you have me through my microphone though. I think you just have me through. I wonder what happened. I wonder if maybe we got a power surge or something with the weather. I can't believe this isn't working. This is really. I just did a national interview with Maggie and Perloff, and I had to do it on the phone because my setup isn't working. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I use this every day. This is my home studio I use every day, and I can't get this to work anyway. So apologies. Anyway, all right. I'm guessing you're hearing me though, not through my microphone. You're probably hearing me through the camera, the microphone on the camera. You can hear the mic. How can you possibly hear the mic? The mic's not even plugged in. I unplugged it to be able to hear this. There's no way you're hearing the mic. Yeah, there's no way you're hearing the mic. Anyway, okay, we'll go. My apologies. Sorry. Thanks for being here with us. So, Joe Sloan, Brian Kelly, of course, fired Sunday. Joe Sloan fired Monday. Some staff changes came subsequently. So, Alex Atkins will call plays. Tim Rattay, elevated quarterback coach. He'll take on a larger role within the offense, game planning, and on game day as well. No other coaches are fired. As I was told, they were wanting to maintain continuity. If you go fire the whole staff, then all the players have different position coaches, in 1 week. And so I'm going to be interested with Alex Atkins calling plays. And he's called plays before. He was the OC at Charlotte, then at Florida State. So he's an experienced play caller. But he's also, an offensive lineman by trade. So, and a run game coordinator. So I'm curious if we don't see the thing that I've been wanting to see, which is more of a focus on the running game, which I hope we do. And you're going to go to Alabama with a little bit of an element of surprise. I absolutely think you're going to have the interim bump. Guys are going to play hard for Frank, and and not knowing how Alex Atkins wants to what am I trying to say? Structure. Sorry. And I did cold plunge this morning too. But my cold plunge was only at 62 degrees. Maybe that's it. How they structure the offense, is that different? Give you a little bit of an element of surprise a week from Saturday. And what do they do at quarterback? I think will be interesting as well. I know a lot of the conversations I've had over the last 2 days is pretty clear that internally there was a push by some coaches on staff to make a quarterback change. I do not know if that's Frank or Alex Atkins, but it'll be interesting to see if they make that change or some kind of change going to Tuscaloosa here a week from Saturday. So, the line opened, I think it's Bama 5.5, which certainly thought that line would be bigger, but anyway. Okay, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. It's blow and go here. I don't know. Are we saying Jingle Gate Day 1? I'll leave that up to Thomas to decide. But yesterday, because I couldn't connect this, I was on my phone. So it's no different. I was doing the setup. There's no different than if I'm in the car. I couldn't play it. I mean, I didn't have a connection. And this really bothers me that my audio board isn't working. Like I have levels over here. Why y'all couldn't hear me when this thing was plugged in? Anyway, whatever. Let's see. Good morning, Matt. Hoping Coach Atkins can do a good job calling plays. I'm going to do a deeper dive today into his offenses at Charlotte and Florida State. So we'll talk about that a little bit today too. Hey, Tiger Diver. Morning. Any chance to hire Frank Wilson as the head coach to save money? I don't think so. Um, I would never say never. I mean, Ed Ogeron got the job, but um, I don't think so. But again, I would never say never. Hey, Linda, good morning. Team Drew, thank you so much. Tiger Poppy, good morning. Appreciate your work. Thank you. Go Tigers. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Hey, Craig, good morning. Good morning, everybody. 2 questions. Any staffers that are safe for the next hire? Did BK pack those receipts before he left? Staffers that are safe. I would say the most obvious one would be Corey Raymond. I don't think whoever the next coach is wants to walk that road again. And not to diminish the role of a position coach, but I think head coaches would much prefer hire their coordinators, right? And so if you have a proven defensive backs coach who's recruited and developed that room, like why would you make the same mistake of doing that again? There's no new rule on kids transferring after coach is fired. I saw they couldn't until the new coach is hired. Does that seem right, huh? No. If a coach is fired, then players can enter the transfer portal. Yeah, so it triggers a 30-day window whenever a coach is fired or leaves. So, players have 30 days to enter the portal, which I mean, the season would be 30 days. The portal will open at the end of the season anyway, but I think that's mostly for you would think conceptually for the end of the season, right? Like let's say the portal window closes in prior, let's say it was the December portal window, and then in January your coach leaves or retires or something like that. Well, then the portal window opens for 30 days for those players. Hey, Abner, good morning. Leon, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going through all these where there's no sound. Sorry. Trying to get back to where I had sound. Sorry, y'all. There we go. Okay. Thank you all for the cooperation. Probably missed the best opening in the morning, Scott. I heard it. Anyway, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Craig, how is strength of record calculated? Yeah, good question. So they look at what is the percent chance that a team could have your record against your schedule. Does that make sense? So like, what are the odds that the average college football team would be 5-3 against LSU's schedule right now? That's your strength of record. So like, let's see if I can find a strength of record. So strength of record. So A&M right now is number 1 in the country in strength of record. So Indiana number 2. Remember they're undefeated and they won at Oregon. Ohio State 3, Bama 4, BYU 5, Georgia 6, Ole Miss 7, Georgia Tech, Vandy, Oregon, Miami, Texas, Louisville, Texas Tech, Notre Dame 15, so on. Hey, Jake, good morning. Hope the weekend storms didn't wreak havoc on your setup. But the weird thing is, man, I used it. I used it Sunday for all my BK stuff. Anyway. The cursive. Restab your XLR cables. I can try that. But even when I just did, I'm going to try this again. Probably should not, but I'm going to try it. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear now. 1 2 check, 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 1 2 check.
have to go to Roadcaster. Hang on. 1, 2, check. I shouldn't be messing with it. I should just move on. 1, 2, check. 1, 2, check. 1, 2, check. 1, 2, check. Check, check, check. Let me know if you hear me. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? You hear me? Okay. Nice job. Whoever it was that suggested the Roadcaster or the XLR, you the real MVP. Okay. Hang on.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Okay. Parish Construction and Roofing. Yeah. Parish. Need a roof? Love to help you out. Parishbuilt.com. And Brock, Baton Rouge Low P Clinic. brortho.com. Where am I? Trying to get back to my spot. My apologies. A little scrambled of a day. I'm sorry. All right. Good morning, Matt. Hey, Austin. Good morning. Love to see the team play hard for Frank, beat Bama next week, similar to 99 Arkansas. That happened with Hal Hunter, the only 1-0 coach in LSU history. Pretty miserable season. DiNardo got fired. LSU played Arkansas, who 99 won the West in 99. LSU won that game 35-7. Did Arkansas win the West in 99? No, it was Florida. Pretty sure they did, didn't they? It was Florida beat them. No, Alabama beat Florida. Oh. That was Mike DeBoe's Alabama. Alabama won, went to the Orange Bowl, played Tom Brady's Michigan team. 95, LSU beat Arkansas in the regular season finale when Arkansas had won the West. You have any interest in Cliff Kingsbury? I don't hate. Here's the thing about Kingsbury. He gets clowned a lot because his teams weren't great at Texas Tech. But the reality is that was an era at Texas Tech where you couldn't recruit at Texas Tech to build a winning program. And he was a good head coach in Arizona early in Kyler Murray's career. Kyler Murray tore his ACL and it unraveled. And he's proving again to be a good offensive play caller in Washington with Jayden. So I don't hate that idea as much as some might. Still feels like a pretty big risk. Matt, I don't think Baker's taking his fair share of the blame. Had a year to prepare for Marcel Reed. No idea how to stop him. I agree with you. They allowed 40. The offense didn't allow 49 to A&M. Completely agree. Baker deserves a lot of blame for that. Hey, Matthew Gardner, good morning. Pork Allen Pat, $7.97 a month. Lunch at Superior before the door. Cool, thanks, Coach. What the man can't go have lunch. More Matt, what's the chance Frank Wilson gets a job permanently? Yeah, again, let's see how the next month plays out. I mean, I would have told you with Ogeron, he'd have a shot at getting the job, but you had, I mean, I don't want to relitigate the whole 2016 thing because most people don't believe me, but they had a verbal with Tom Herman. It was going to happen. Joe Oliva bungled it, and he raced Ogeron to the podium. But anyway, we don't need to relitigate the whole thing. I wouldn't have thought Ogeron would have happened. And I'm telling you, if Scott Woodward is making this hire, it won't be Frank Wilson because he aims big. But I'll continue to reiterate what I've been told. It's very clear to me, reading the tea leaves and also having conversations with folks, that Governor Jeff Landry is going to want a new athletic director in place, just like he's already replaced a lot of leadership at the university. And as soon as they hire a new president, which should be here in the next 2 to 4 weeks, sometime in November, I believe one of the first things the new president is going to be, who I assume is going to be Wade Rouse from McNeese. Because that's who the governor is pushing. I think that's who the committee is probably going to recommend, and the board will approve. As soon as that happens, I think they'll probably fire Scott Woodward and hire a new athletic director. And I'm wondering, considering it's pretty clear the governor wants people with Louisiana ties, hence pushing Wade Rouse from McNeese. Would he look for an athletic director with Louisiana ties? Maybe someone internally at LSU, maybe, I don't know, a sitting AD or someone with AD experience in Louisiana. I think that's something to keep an eye on. Hey, Sage, good morning. I know it's not the top pick, but the Missouri coach would be interested in your thoughts. I asked Peter Burns of the SEC Network that yesterday, and he thought it would be amazing. Like, if you give Eli Drinkwitz the resources of a major program, what could he do? Yeah, I mean, I would be interested. I mean, he won at App State. He's won at Missouri. Now, he's won against a lesser schedule at Missouri, but good offensive coach, and he's maximized that program. Hey, Crystal, good morning. Or anything about players feel about change? Well, we haven't heard about any opt-outs, and I think that's a hat tip to Frank, which was kind of the idea. Remember, guys could leave, opt out, choose not to play, enter the portal, whatever. So, I think that's a good sign. Hey, Gerald, good morning. Hey, Robbie, good morning. How do you feel about Chuck's performance? Do you think he should start Sunday at the Rams? I think he will start Sunday at the Rams. They made the change. Like, you don't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Like, they made the change. So I think Chuck will start. I do not think they will win Sunday at the Rams. His performance, candidly, I had the game on Sunday and I was watching, but I cannot tell you I was watching intently because the Brian Kelly stuff was unfolding. Like, now that the hay's in the barn, I can tell you, I was told a little bit before noon that Brian Kelly had been fired. I'm fairly certain I was among the first handful of people to know. But before we reported that news, I had to get the story and the date, like, firmly documented and confirmed. So, like, if you noticed, my podcast, my Locked On podcast, it's daylight because I recorded it around noon. It was around 1:00 when I recorded my Locked On podcast because it was done. I knew it was done, but I waited to publish until that night whenever it became official. And then there were so many evolutions because Brian Kelly's agent then got involved. They were talking about the buyout. And then there was this question of, as the governor got involved, did Scott Woodward have the authority to fire him and pay the buyout? And so then the governor had a meeting at the mansion with the board of supervisors and select boosters at 5:00. And that meeting adjourned about like 7:30. And as soon as that meeting ended, I got 2 calls from people in the meeting who confirmed it's done. And that's when we ran the story. So we had the story ready. We had everything done, but anyway, all that to say, I know you were asking about Tyler Shuck. All that to say, I was standing by all day waiting for the final shoe to drop, and I was constantly on the phone. And so I didn't get to intently watch every snap. I'll try to catch up on that today. You think Clark Lee is the top option for whoever's hiring the next coach? I'd have him on the list. Now, I don't know if he'll leave Vanderbilt. I mean, it's weird to say, but again, like Vanderbilt's in the top 10. This is the biggest change in this hiring cycle from any hiring cycle with LSU in the past is you can win at Vanderbilt. You can win at Indiana. You can win at Missouri. You can win at Ole Miss if you have financial buy-in and backing. And those places seem to have that now. And those coaches are winning there. And so the question is, do you leave for a place where they'll fire a coach and pay him $54 million because he doesn't win enough? I read that rumor. I have not heard that from anywhere. And they have practice today. So I'll find out today if Harold Perkins is at practice, and that'll be the answer. And Frank Wilson meets with reporters at 5:45 Central tonight after practice. So we'll have that answer today. Hey, Carlos, good morning. Thank you for the show. Thank you, Carlos. Bob, excellent reporting the past couple of days. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you for following along, man. Hey, Jason, good morning. Hey, Dale's sucking. Oh, no. I just hit the wrong button and lost my spot. Sorry. Fiery young offensive mind. I do agree that you need a coach, not necessarily young in age, but young in heart and spirit, who is okay with the look. Kurt Cignetti is not a young coach. Kurt Cignetti is 60. Kurt Cignetti is 64, same age as Brian Kelly. But he has embraced this era. Brian Kelly, Nick Saban, Dabo, Gundy, they have not. So I shouldn't say Kelly is not, because he did. He went all in on the portal and all that stuff. It's just not the thing I think that they favor. Let's see. If you want to see a bunch of new money snobs get uppity, start talking about LSU hiring the Tulane coach. Hey, man, I want to be very clear about this. Very clear. I would be perfectly fine with LSU hiring John Summerall. He won at Troy. He's won at Tulane. I think he's a really good offensive coach. Great energy, smart. I think he is a rising star. But you're right. There will be people who go, you can't hire the Tulane coach. That sentiment will exist. 100% that sentiment will exist. I disagree with it. I think it's short-sighted. I would be perfectly fine with hiring John Summerall. But I do not think, but there will be people who share that sentiment. Braum is intriguing, wins so many big games. Would he leave Louisville? Would he leave his alma mater? And by the way, Braum has an incentive-laden contract. It is backloaded with incentives. His base isn't outlandish, but it's incentive-laden, which is the type of contract I would love to see LSU do. Governor needs to stay out of LSU. He's a ULL alum, not LSU. Let's not forget the Omar game. He's also the governor of the state, and LSU is the flagship. So I also think it's a little short-sighted and naive to say that the governor shouldn't be involved in what's going on at LSU. Now, I do believe that you should hire people and let them do their job that they're hired to do. And he is not doing that. And so for that, I disagree with him. But to say that the governor shouldn't have involvement, well, I mean, literally the governor appoints the president and the board members. So to a degree, yes, every governor will have some involvement. Do I think the governor should be hiring and firing a football coach? I do not. Hey, Quentin, good morning. Brandon, anyone knows and firing for cause threat from the board? No. And there's a lot of rumors and speculation out there. What I have reported and am willing to say is that there is a consideration of trying to exercise the for cause clause. I will not go into detail about what until that becomes public, or if I could have someone speak on the record, but I don't think someone will speak on the record about that. I think let me speculate. Okay, this is speculative. Okay, I'm going to be clear when I'm reporting, when I'm speculating. This is speculative on my part. My speculation is I don't think they really would enact that clause. I think the hope might be the threat of that would, and having something go to court and things like that, would have Brian Kelly just, and his representation, just say, oh, let's just settle to avoid all that. I think that would be the hope. All right, it's 7:17. I got to go. Sorry, y'all. Just had an audio bungle there at the beginning, so we got cut a little short. But Locked on LSU is live. AFR at 3. Y'all have an awesome day. All of our sponsors linked in the description on YouTube, tagged on Facebook. We'll see you.